Hello, everybody, and welcome to the second game for Center's Valorant esports team. We are against University of North Alabama or Northern Alabama, which we'll be referring to as UNA. First map is Haven, and Center's team will be on the attacking side. Not a lot of picks have been put in yet. I did hear beforehand they did want Whisper on that Gecko. That was very much something that was discussed, and it was planned out because everybody was a little bit excited about Whisper playing Gecko. We got Ixor on that Reyna as always, Snom on the Jet, Pierogi on Brimstone, and Blimey locking in that Killjoy. A really balanced team. Nothing standing out too much. A lot of normal picks. This isn't really something that's out of the blue.
Center's players specifically interesting to see Pierogi opting not to be on the Killjoy, instead Blimey taking that role.
Choose your agent.
I think maybe just a lot of confidence on Brimstone in particular on this map.
That is true. I was looking at character and wasn't exactly paying attention to player names. Blimey and Pierogi have swapped here. With Blimey playing a couple of things, if I'm not mistaken. Raze being one of them. All right, we make it into this one. Looks like UNA are defending with an Astra, a Fade, another Gecko, another Reyna, and a Sage. A lot of heals going around on that side. And honestly, I think that Brimstone on this map beats out Astra simply because of how big and spacious the map is, and Astra just can't spread herself like that thin as a character. And I think personally attack might just go to center based off picks. Not to diminish anything that UNA has practiced or anything like that. As we head into this pistol round, is a lot of just run and gun. So those smoke picks aren't really going to play into a whole lot of anything, but this may determine the next handful of rounds. Looks like UNA is just going to go for a standard defense, sort of spreading everybody around. Couple on B, maybe looking at Garage, 2 on A, 1 on C.
Very last minute opting to maybe go C for this start of the round instead of A.
The standard C long pistol round. I love it. I always
sure
do.
If they faked anyone out there other than themselves.
Looking forward. Putting that KJ up to watch flankers. Only Sage on C. Snom sees a couple hits. Ooh, a couple whiffs. And there we go. Blimey's going to get that pick. Snom is very hurt. Ooh, good shot by Blimey. Ixor doesn't want to push that. Knows that if he pushes out of that, he may just get popped by the smoke. Everybody looking. There's some Astra util going onto the site. Ooh, a couple shots traded there between Reynas. And Whisper's going to find the other Gecko. Ixor is very hurt. A pick is necessary in order to heal. Ooh, the eye. Unfortunate. Their Reyna is going to dismiss right in front of Pierogi and take out Pierogi. Still have Snom. And there goes Snom. Let's see if Blimey picks it up at the very end. Absolutely fantastic. That was almost an ace on pistol round for UNA, and Blimey was able to stop that dead in its tracks. That's very good financially for center, but I think that UNA's Reyna could be a force to be reckoned with, especially now that they are 5 points closer to ult. And this is a round just based off of money. This is a round that center should win. Being able to force buy SMGs and maybe even a rifle if somebody got lucky enough. Not really dedicating. Ooh, Blimey's going to find a pick, though. Everybody moving forward, trying to play off that. Taking out the flash. Unfortunate. Ixor caught with util, but gets a pick. Is going to dismiss to safety. That was fantastic. Pushing on to B. Just going to see if maybe that bomb can't get put down. All of UNA's team, what's left of it, is in Garage. Not knowing if somebody might be stuck in Courtyard, which
One enemy remaining.
Pierogi was staring at those Garage doors. UNA Sage not exactly sure where to go on this one. Maybe get a pick and get out, but nothing is guaranteed, and Pierogi is going to secure that flawless. That was a massive team fight, just all in garage, and Center lost none of its players. Now, this is where things get a little bit complicated financially. This is where Center's team can opt to throw down their guns that they're running now and pick up rifles, or they can run with the guns because they all lived. They can run with the guns that they had last round, which is SMGs, and will be inferior to the rifles that UNA will be picking up this round. That money's going to help with utility, though, and so it's not going to be an absolutely one round for UNA. Pushing through A, but Killjoy's going to stay behind and watch that flank while everybody else is just trying to maybe make a little bit of noise, bait out some Astra utility. We do have 3 on A on UNA side. As we hit that slow rotate over to maybe check B, maybe check courtyard. UNA has somewhat done a full rotate to A, so Center is looking to just run it down C long. Of course, checking, making sure nobody's on C long. UNA does have people rotating over now since no presence was shown on A. Blimey not moving from that spot, knows that somebody's going to try and flank and is going to catch them off guard. Wadded to the wall a little bit there with the camera. Whisper getting the bomb down. No ults yet, so nothing super big to worry about. Stomp's going to find that one with the Bulldog. And to smoke, pick up the rifle and get out. What an absolutely beautiful play. Looking at CT. Everybody once again back in garage. Blimey's going to catch Astra off guard. They all know Blimey's there, though. Somebody else has to peek to help. Ooh, is going to get got by the Reyna. That means Reyna's going to heal, but Ixora is going to take out Sage and dismiss away. And there Snom gets that Reyna. See if Ixora... Oh, Ixora confused for a second, but it doesn't matter, and Whisper is going to help out there. Everybody just being compressed into garage these past 2 rounds have led to Center just being able to, like, collapse in on them, whether it's with Ixora baiting in and out with the dismiss, or if it's just with a full-on just blindside whenever Blimey comes in through B, as Blimey was holding a flank angle and was able to just quickly pivot to an attack flank instead of watching for other flankers. And that is the 3rd round. Center was supposed to lose that round, but they did not. So that's absolutely fantastic for Center. And Center is going to have Thrash, which is Gecko's ultimate. Whisper might look to use that pretty soon. As we know, Whisper does like to hold on to that Thrash because Whisper knows that that can be incredibly powerful. Throwing on that stim. Doesn't quite see anybody, but Stom's going to take out that Sage, the only person that was on site. Center now has access to A absolutely unprotected. Everybody is going to rotate over. That Thrash comes out. Whisper looking for something. Sees one, but goes for the other one. They know they can't really push that because there's so many people there, but it is going to stall. Thrash being used to at least win a fight. Ooh, Whisper is going to find one. Whisper is going to get traded. It is 4-3. Stomp taking out utility before it ever becomes a problem. Looks like the crossfire. Ooh, a very fantastic crossfire. And, oh, that was orchestrated right there. Everybody getting theirs. Everybody knowing exactly where to look. And nobody really dying for it in that last little play there. That was an attacking crossfire that was countered by a defending crossfire that was just a little bit better. And now we are 4-0 for Center. I'm sure everybody's feeling very nice right now and is looking to carry that momentum. I'm wondering how many rounds are going to get won in a row before a timeout gets pulled. Showing presence on C. Looks like we're running it down. There are people on C this time, so this won't be free. Peeking out into the smoke. Unfortunate, going to get taken out by UNA's Reyna. Ixora going to get the Sage. Taking it back to a 4v4. Ixora did overheal off that, so able to take what they lost in that fight. Blimey throwing up that flank utility. Suppose it's not flank if it's CT, but Ixora's going to find one, while Pierogi might get this here on flank. That was absolutely fantastic. They never expect the people to be watching flank. Had utility out and everything. They really aren't counting on it. Whisper sitting backside here is looking for, as soon as they come in, Whisper is going to take him out. They know Whisper's back there, though. Ixora's going to find one. Whisper's going to peek this, sees him. Oh, and a fantastic headshot by Whisper. I feel like Whisper and UNA's Gecko have been facing off a lot, and this is going in Whisper's favor most of the time, if not all of the time. Everybody having rifles on center side, but it looks like we might have a little bit of an eco round for UNA. I'm going to buy a handful of shotguns and maybe SMGs. We do have some ults for center side. We have Ixora's Reyna ult, and we have Snam's Jet ult, or Jet Knives. Both can be incredibly high, space takers, forcing people to back up. Going to be a quiet push into A-Long. UNA not rotating or anything because no noise is being made, but soon somebody's going to get seen. Pick will be made. And there's noise going loud. Everybody onto site. Dashes past the wall, takes out the Sage. That was fantastic. Looking at CT, seeing if anybody is daring enough to push through it. There are people waiting outside, but nobody wants to contest that smoke. Nobody wants to see if Jet is waiting on the other side. Smoke goes down. Tracker. Ooh, got visuals and immediately peeked off of it. Is going to get to, but is going to get out. He's going to get out. He's going to fall. Whisper looking at heaven, seeing if anybody wants to pop out. Throwing out flash, seeing if anybody's contesting CT. Really using utility as recon here. Blimey's going to get a pick. We get to a 4v2. Really, they can't do anything. Ooh, Reyna is going to get a kill, come out of dismiss, and Ixora is going to absolutely deny anything else. We will have almost everyone die. Blimey is going to make it out with a rifle.
I got money.
Now we have even more ults for center. We have Killjoy's shutdown, and that can just be a one round right there. If played correctly, that could just be a round for center. But UNA is finally picking some ults, picking up their Reyna ult as well as their Astra ult. Astra ult with Reyna ult could be a devastating combination, weaving in and out of it with the dismiss. Ixora is going to pop that ult, looking for something on B. Only Astra on B. If Ixora plays this fast, maybe they can just have a 1v1. Ooh, just blindsided. That bomb's going to go down. Ixora's wanting more. Ixora wants more out of this ult, wants to see how far he can take it. Can't exactly push through that molly. As soon as that's down, I have no doubt that he's going to rush it. Hesitant because of the smokes. He's looking just out of sight of everybody else. That ult is going to end pretty soon. Oh, but he's going to get one. Refresh that timer. He's going to get two. Refresh the timer. And that's a team ace and a flawless right there. Actually, I don't know if it was a team ace. I thought it said team ace for a second, but I think Ixora may have gotten two.
You're right.
And that was absolutely, once again, beautiful. It is 7-0 for center. A lot of the ults still on the board. Trading Ixora's Reyna ult for Thrash once again. Whisper making sure, there was a previous game where Whisper was holding on to that Thrash and making sure that value was gotten from it, but this time sort of changed mentality. Been like, hey, if I get this ult 3 times a game, that means I'll have 3 opportunities. Silently pushing through short. Maybe we have a few go long. Not really committing into anything. Sora's gonna look at long while everybody else pushes short.
You should run.
There goes that Killjoy. They might try and contest this, or they could just back up. Sage just not exactly sure what to do. Looks like UNA's Reyna is gonna be in heaven. Wait for that Killjoy ult to go down, and then maybe peek whenever that smoke falls. Snam does have knives and full shields. This absolutely looks like it's in Snam's favor. Ooh, the blind fire through the smoke, getting a headshot on UNA's Gecko. Both sitting there in CT. There is someone else flanking, though. Wonder if they'll see him. A little bit of a trade. Flankers made their presence known. Ulting onto site. Ooh, Snom was blind. Couldn't do anything.
One enemy remaining.
Ooh. I think that was a little bit of damage, but it got canceled out by Reyna's utility. Still a 3v1. It's absolutely in Center's favor. Everybody getting out. Don't wanna die to that spike. It's gonna be another win for attackers. Something I didn't notice in the round, but I'm noticing now is Whisper got that ultimate, and then they used it. They realized that, hey, that's a free ability, and I'm gonna get this later, so I might as well just pop it while I got it. Using it a lot of the times to stall out a push or anything like that, and paired with a Killjoy ult, that's gonna be like, it's gonna feel like an eternity before you can actually push onto that site. It's 8-0, Center's favor. Center is not exactly hurting too bad financially. I believe everybody's running rifles. Xora pushing through long. A little bit spread out attack pattern here. UNA is taking a more aggressive approach. Looking more in short, maybe holding some corners. Xora's going to throw some utility onto site, but knows that everybody else is rotating and is going to back up. That's going to cause a full rotate from UNA, except for Fade, who is in window, who might catch some of our team off guard. And Fade is going to get a judge kill on the Whisper, and then he's going to get got by Xora. Pierogi taking out Fade. This is a 3v4, not in Center's favor, but still winnable. That judge is scary. Blimey doesn't exactly know. Gets seen by the Astra, takes out the Astra, knows that the judge is there, peeks and gets the judge. It is now down to a 2v2. Blimey has evened the playing field. An absolutely fantastic play, even if they died. Oh, with the knife out, unfortunate. Snom sees it and gets the headshot. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You can peek Snom. Whenever Snom has knife out, it won't matter. Snom will get the kill. Bomb is down. Pierogi watching flank. Looks like UNA's Rain is going to push through defender side spawn. Pop up through CT, maybe garage. But everybody holding from long, from main. They're not going to have any presence on site, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Reyna cannot use utility to contest this. Reyna has to kill. And Reyna's not going to be able to. That bomb is going to go off and lead to 9 rounds for Center. This has been played incredibly well from Center's part. And UNA, there's been a ton of reads from UNA, like the flanking Fade and stuff like that have gone in their favor. Just Center is a little bit more together, and I think that might just be because we're on attack. Attack and defenders somewhat known for being stretched pretty thin on defense side of Haven. We are going to have a handful of ults that might be busted out this round now that it's getting closer to the end of the half. We'll call them when we see them. Making presence on A, not exactly being loud or anything yet. They've switched it up so much that UNA can't commit to a site. Snom sees the Sage and is going to take the Sage out. Going to push onto site. Reyna being in short. Reyna not making her presence known, letting everybody get on, and maybe can flank everybody. Snom knows that somebody's short, peeks, but doesn't push it. Reyna sitting in flank, causing the attention to be divided. Xora's going to get that Reyna, and is reloading while the Astra gets got in CT. Making it down to a 5v1 with bomb down. Their Gecko is going to go into heaven, is going to throw out some util. He's going to try and get something out of this round, but we'll find nothing. Pierogi gets the headshot into heaven. Absolutely gorgeous. This is going to make it to where there is 2 rounds left in this half. While that doesn't really matter for Center, because traditionally, if this was a closer game, one of the teams would have to save this round in order to have as much money as possible for the last round, as they will have no money left over. But financially, Center's not really all that hurt, so this is going to be a strategy that UNA is going to have to employ. Just buying a couple SMGs, buying what they can without breaking the bank. Ooh, the insta-peek. Doesn't exactly find anything for it and gets a little bit hurt. Astra throwing out utility to stall. Snom does not care. Snom wants in. Everybody's going to push in. Xora checking back. Snom's going to find it. Xora, the blind fire through the smoke. heard that gecko and decided that that was all I needed to hear. Just blind firing through the smoke. We've had a few of those kills, so I don't blame them for trying it again. Ton of ults on the board still. Everybody in mid for UNA. Oh, and Ixora is gonna flank through garage. Ixora gets that Sage. Ooh, the low sensitivity for the Sage just allowed Ixora to just circle around them.
Last round in
This will be the last round on this half. Whether or not center wins or loses, we will be moving on to where center will become the defenders and UNA will become the attackers. It will be fantastic if center wins this one, as it will make it to where UNA cannot win or cannot lose a single round whenever they swap. But anything is possible. Absolutely anything is possible. While it is unlikely, it is still possible. Sora's gonna pop that ult. Gonna push forward. There's eye in the garage, allowing Snom to peek in and take out that Sage. And the double peek. Snom terrified, having to sprint through smokes. Really low health. He's gonna make sure that they're present for CT, but doesn't check backside. Ixora's gonna get that instead. Just one for UNA. Going through flank, and this time center does not have anything in flank. UNA opting for maybe a garage play. Ixora making presence in garage. Therefore, UNA's Gecko is going to play a little bit slower. Hoping to maybe catch somebody off guard. That slowness might not be tolerated for super long. Ooh, it is going to absolutely whiff that mosh pit. Ixora peeks and gets the headshot. That's the 3 for Ixora, and that is 12-0 at halftime. If center wins one round, then they win the whole map. And if somehow UNA is able to make a 12-round comeback, we will go to overtime. As I said before, it is highly unlikely. But as I said before, again, it's still possible. Especially on pistol round. Pistol round is one of those that is quite a toss-up and definitely in attacker's favor, as defenders are pretty split up in the beginning. Let's see if maybe center can't cut this short. All right. UNA, this has to be a win for them. Every round has to be a win for them. Snom's going to instantly find the Reyna. It is not looking good for UNA. Snom's going to get pinged. But does it really matter? He's going to peek again. Sees. Oh, and doesn't get the second one, but hurts the Astra. Everybody backing up. No one to regroup. Oh, Ixora getting a little bit greedy there. Maybe going for a knife. Whisper flanking, but not exactly playing as aggressive as Ixora. This is moved to a 3v4. Not in center's favor. Whisper choosing to hold an off angle while everybody else stays on site. That off angle might not exactly help here, as everybody's pushing onto site or watching a flank from site. And Pierogi's going to find one, evening the playing field. And Blimey finds another one. This is down to a 3v2. Blimey sees and gets shot. Has util out. Oh, highly stressful. Is checking all those corners. Doesn't know that either of them are in the smoke. Astra's going to get one, but Whisper's going to spray through and get the other. It is a 1v1. Blimey is incredibly hurt and has to hit her shots. Bomb is down. Hits the button. Decides to hold it. An unfortunate play there that just didn't quite work out. But as I said, that defenders do not win pistol round a lot on Haven, so it was very surprising that it was that close of a game. We move on to 12-1, where it will be in UNA's favor. UNA is meant to win this one, as they will have a little bit more money. But with how we've seen just the head taps tonight, I think that it's entirely possible that a lucky sheriff or even a lucky right click from the classic. Ooh, Ixora setting up for the shorty in garage, which looks like it might come to help as everybody moves into C long. UNA throwing that util, not being quiet. Oh, Xora sitting in a corner is going to find the Reyna and is going to dismiss out of there. That's a pick to start the fight. Oh, and gets traded, unfortunately. Whisper looking around. Whisper not having any utility. Has to just try and catch something. Snom flanking. They don't know that Snom is there. Can't utilize the dash. Once again, no utility, no abilities. Just a classic and a dream. Waiting for teammates to get a little bit in a better position. Blimey about to peek through that smoke. Goes at the utility. Peeks with it. Sees but cannot find one. Ooh, a bunch of really unfortunate left clicks from Whisper. A round that Center was not supposed to win, and maybe the start to UNA's incredible comeback. Maybe we see an astounding 12-round comeback paired with a long overtime. It is entirely possible. This round, Center will be able to buy rifles. Some people may have to budget a little bit, maybe opting for lights or abilities, but it looks like UNA is running a little bit dry with a little bit how close that round was. Whisper going for the utility stall. Everybody pushing on a C-Long. Whisper knows that he's outmatched and decides to back up. Everybody scattering a little bit. UNA showing presence on C and is going to plant that bomb down.
Spike planted.
Everybody just making sure that all of the angles are watched while Center tries to infiltrate. Somebody in every corner of the site. Whisper looking for a flank down long. Do they expect it? No eyes on anyone yet. Utility goes out. Snom gets found, but Whisper is going to trade them. Ooh. Showed presence and got taken out for it. Lemmy cannot shoot through that wall and is going to have to peek through it. Everybody knows that she's there. So we're deciding to try and help out. Throws out the eye. They peek out, take out the Astra. Dismiss back. But that bomb is just too far gone. Ooh, unfortunate. Blimey's going to get taken out as well.
The enemy only looks composed.
Not the absolute worst that could have happened. But I do think that we should be aware that UNA might take this momentum. This is a lot of financial gain that they have, and we may see this go a handful of other rounds just in UNA's favor due to economy. We will have to see some really big plays from the side of Center in order to stop what they have. But on the other hand, Center only has to win one round. It's one round and Center's take this home. Ooh, Blimey is going to get taken out. Really unfortunate. I doubt that she expected that. Ooh, Xora going to get wall banged. Not looking great. Pierogi's going to pick up a rifle. You don't exactly know the Pierogi's there, but they're taking those precautions anyway. Pierogi's going to get locked out of the site. Snom's going to find two with a classic in mid. Just making sure that she is unseen and then makes her presence known in a deadly way. Takes out the third. Could this be an ace to win the round? Whisper gets taken out. Snom sees another one. Throws out utility. Unfortunate. Could have been a lot worse there. Pierogi's going to get one. There's only one left. Snom gets taken out. Pierogi knows where they are. Knows exactly where they are. They throw out utility. Ooh, they get pinged. Unfortunate. Thought that they were a little bit farther back. Just a little bit off on how deep that they thought that UNA's fade was. Now we are finally starting to see some ultimates on Center's team. We are going to have jet knives. Snom can pull those out anytime soon, and we will see a timeout start. Snom's going to call that timeout. Realizes that UNA's getting some momentum, and they need to be stopped. Something needs to be said. Something needs to change about how we're playing in order to stop just whatever is happening on defense. These ultimates could be pretty big, with jet knives coming out. That could be a really big eco round, as we know that Center isn't doing great financially. But on the other hand, UNA's got that Thrash. Thrash could just absolutely ruin somebody's day. Somebody that's For Jet example, for example, Jet. If Snom were to just decide to make the play to go and like, use those knives, if they decided to make that play, Thrash could shut that down. And with the limited updrafts, it's entirely possible. We go back into the round.
Here.
Hopefully that was used productively for both teams. Hopefully both teams were able to maybe get some information across that can't exactly be exchanged in the heat of the round. Everybody spreading out once again, having to do what defenders have to do. Xora is going to see a little bit of presence, but only going to see a slow rotate from teams. Ooh, the blind. The blind into the headshot on the fade. That's going to be a really nice pick for center. Xora is going to ult to see if maybe that health can't be made back up, but everybody's rotating. They saw that there was a pick on A, and they said that we're not going to challenge that. We're not going to try and make that back up. We're going to try and start fresh. Snom does see some in mid. Throws out the flashes. Ooh, a lot of utility being traded there. If Whisper so wanted, that's a pretty safe spot for him to go retrieve his flash, and especially now that UNA's team is rotating back to A. Just baiting out a ton of utility and then packing up. Astra's gonna find two. Snom whiffing a handful of shots and then getting thrashed. Really unfortunate. It is all down to Blimey. Blimey will have to kill 3 here in order to win the round and defuse. While unlikely, as I always say, anything can happen. But also, a handful of kills here wouldn't be bad for the wallet. Has that rifle, has full shields. There's no reason to risk any of this.
Bomb grenade out.
Gonna throw up utility in order to watch their flank. I think this is a good play. I think this is a good play right now, especially with rifles being a commodity that center cannot exactly afford. But Spike's gonna go off. See if all of UNA's players get out. Looks like it.
Recalling my bot.
That is going to take us to 12-5, center's favor. But with UNA on that massive winning streak of 5 rounds, I mean, we saw in the first half it was a 12-round streak. We might see another 12-round streak.
Turn out.
Everybody buying some budget guns. Can't exactly afford rifles for everyone, but Blimey's going to have that rifle, and that could be the edge that center needs. Looks like they're looking for the UNA's looking for a mid as well as a little bit of a C push. Ooh, that was I personally would have said that hit, but I'm not Valorant. Who is gonna jump peek to make sure that they're still there? Gonna peek again, sees one, isn't gonna get it. Pulls out the knives now that they're getting closer. Take out the Astra, get those knives back, and there's the Sage. Who is going to get Fade ulted. Oh, and step right out of it. He's going to dodge the Fade ult and still be able to stay in this game. Sees the Reyna. Can't really do much against that Prowler. Has 1 knife left. Will it be a lucky knife? Pulls out the Marshall. Knows that knife might not be the best. He's getting just absolutely pummeled in this corner. Sees the Gecko as the Gecko turns their back. And there's Bomb right there. A 1 game for center. Good game, and we are going to move on to map 2 after this is diffused. Oh, letting Wingman diffuse, letting him get his little time to shine.
Defenders win.
Good rounds on both teams, good rounds. I think that UNA played that very well, that momentum that they had. I'm sure had everybody scared and excited at the same time. That is the first round for center with a ton of great picks, great plays, and we'll see everybody in a couple seconds whenever we move on to map 2. welcome back everyone to the second map and second game for Center's Valo team. We are moving on to Ascent, and Center will be starting with defense this time. They started with attack last time on Haven, and that was a 1 game for Center. A little bit of a scary comeback in that game, but Center was able to cut that out. As we move in, we see that Center has their composition already planned out. He's going to put Snom on the Astra, Blimey on the Sky, Whisper on the Chamber, Pierogi on the Killjoy, and Ixora on that old faithful Reyna. I personally am a Reyna player, and I'm loving these Reyna plays. Whenever we move over to UNA's team, we see that they run in that Astra again, but they're going to pick up a Yoru, and I believe that they had a Fade Sage last game as well.
Mm-hmm.
Still undecided on what Cow will be playing. Looks like it might be KO, though.
Select your agent.
Looks like they may be wanting to run out the timer for suspense. But no, on Ascent, defending is somewhere... I think that Ascent is a really nice map for defending, and Center's going to have a really strong first half here. And that's going to leave UNA with that KO right there. Both of these teams, like I said before, nothing super out of the ordinary. I will say Center is running the double Sentinels, and Chamber is a very strange Sentinel, and so I don't think that is necessarily an issue. And UNA is going to have the double Initiator with Fade and KO. Astra showed that they have some presence. They have some stalling presence whenever they were on Haven, but now they move on to Ascent, a map that is oriented way more in Astra's favor. We may see them be more of an issue than they already were. Going into this pistol round, I think that defense is going to be really nice for Center. I think that this first half will go in their favor, but if it doesn't, that doesn't necessarily mean anything. I just personally think that Ascent is a very defense-oriented map. It's a lot harder to get through a lot of those chokes, whereas on Haven, defense is already spread so thin because there's 3 sites that you can almost walk into anywhere and know that if you're walking in with a full team, you have the advantage. Here, we're probably going to see some more aggressive play. It is pistol round, and we've got players like KO and Yoru. Very decent chance that they just sprint onto site, and we'll see here making some noise. Gonna throw that flash out. They're pushing forward, throwing teleport on Snom. Oh, getting suppressed, but is gonna take out their utility just the same. Everybody walking onto site now. That's a clone. They know it's a clone, but makes presence anyway, and gets taken out by UNA's Astra. Everybody moving onto site, getting corners to stand in.
Spike planted.
Showing that we have Heaven control. Whisper's going to take somebody out. I'm getting a little bit confused over a dead body. It's alright though, it happens.
Blinded.
He's going to get a flash.
Not ready yet.
Oh, and then a smoke to counter. Pierogi's going to get a pick though. In door. Peeks out of door. Sees the Yoru. And they're going to pinch that Yoru. Taking him out. A lot really hurt on UNA side. Ixora looking for the defuse. That was a devious little bait there.
Player standing.
Just Pierogi. With the util out, this is a really close, could be right click potential right there. Pierogi with the triple kill, and to finish it out, a very high octane pistol round. I believe that, yeah, just going off of visuals, I was pretty sure that they had that one, but I did get a little bit nervous there at the end. Now, we move on to round 2. This one should be won by Center. But pistol round's always one of those things. I say that people should win certain rounds. That doesn't mean that if they don't win those rounds that they've done something wrong. It just means that financially they're in a better spot than the others. Ultimately, you can have a round where everybody's running Vandals, and if you're good enough with a classic, you're good enough with a classic and you get those picks. The round starts and looks like they've decided to abandon A and switch to B. Throwing out those smokes. That smoke is really 4 defenders there. They're going to have to push out of that in order to do anything. They throw out that utility, making their presence known. There's the flash. Xora peeks out. Ooh, and gets a ton of damage. That's 3, and then is able to dismiss away. Throws out the eye once more. Is not going to find anything, though. Very nerve-wracking. Xora knows that they're low health, and they can use you to get those shields back. Is going to peek out and find the 2. That's an ace for Xora on round 2. That was something for the history books right there. An absolutely astounding play. I believe that that was a friendly fire Astra. It pulled them in a little bit, and that made it to where Xora could just burst them down. UNA's Astra making just a really unfortunate play that lost them the round. I will say this round, the fact that Xora got an ace, that's going to make it to where Xora's able to save this round and still have ultimate all at the same time. Could turn a budget round into a major round. Accidentally switched to the orbital camera for a moment. Whisper can't exactly do anything through that smoke and is going to have to wait for that to go down in order to use that Marshal. Whisper doing the faithful 2 bullets in the trademark. Ooh, sees it and gets the shot, but can't get the kill. The unfortunate part about the Marshal is that you have to land 2 or a headshot. Flash goes out and is going to catch some people. Lemmy knows that there's people out there, knows that there's people in mid. They're pushing in to maybe look at B. Snom's going to find one. Xora's going to get down, though.
Obscuring vision. Obscuring vision.
Everybody having to circle around UNA's team as they're playing as a really strong group. Snom's going to take them out. Down to a 3v3 even game. KO throws that flash and tries to maybe sort of peek through the Sage Slow, but decides against it.
1 enemy remaining.
Only 1 on UNA's team, and it's KO, and he just gets taken out. Now thinking about it, Snom is running the Astra, and I just, in my head, I thought that the beginning of Xora's ace may have been a friendly fire, but honestly, I cannot remember and don't want to say anything in that would, because that would be incredibly embarrassing if it was a friendly fire, and I don't want to out them or anything like that. That might have just been a fantastic play by Snom. With winning round 3, that's gonna put Center in a really nice position financially. Whisper deciding to peek mid with the Phantom. Let's see if anything can be gotten. Sees some and is gonna get maybe a wall bang, but I don't think Whisper's gonna contest that smoke. As we move on to A, everybody else is showing presence on A. That's a ping on Snom. Snom really exposed here, but Blimey's gonna blindside them. Knows that that's a clone, decides not to shoot it. He's gonna take out the fade. Ooh, flashing themselves in the process. It's at 5-1. Astra not exactly sure if pushing is the right play. Would have to get on a site, kill everyone on site, and then plant bomb. Nom deciding to speed up that round just a little bit. I think that was a fantastic crossfire, because you have Snom on site showing presence, saying, hey, I'm not going to let you just walk onto here. And then whenever they challenge that and they walk on site, Blimey is like, yeah, we're here. We're not going to let you just take this. Takes out some, and then Snom, while baiting all of that utility out, gets a handful of picks. That was just fantastic play. Just of testing how much space UNA can take exactly, and Center gave an answer. Throws out the flash. Whisper finds an op shot. I'm sure that's very exciting. Has been holding that mid all game, and finally something was gotten out of it. Blimey looking for Dog, gonna see if anything can be found. He's gonna see Yoru, know that Yoru's there, but maybe not want to peek off that simply because they know that Blimey's there. Whisper backing up with that op. That's clone. Blimey tempted to shoot it, but does not. Ooh, Yoru peeks out. Not much that Blimey can do. Blimey was very stuck there. Whisper holding mid, knowing that they've shown presence in mid. Snom incredibly low. If they peek this, they have to be pinpoint accurate. They cannot afford to be shot once. Yoru's teleported onto site, but Sage is there. Catches the Sage in the back.
Spike down A.
And Pierogi is going to get that Astra. Bomb is down in tree. This is looking definitely in center's favor. Yoru seeing if maybe he's sneaking up. Can't pick that up through the smoke. Does pick that up. Snam recognizes that. Is going to push through. Going to take that door down. Ooh, showing a lot of presence in heaven. Surveying the site. They must be hell, they say. Looking around. Ooh, is going to find one. Ooh, whiffing the op shot. Yoru's going to go into his ultimate. He cannot be shot at the moment. Whisper deciding that op at close range probably isn't the play. He's going to peek the Yoru, pick that op back up like it's a 9 to 5, clocking back in. That's going to make it 5-0 center's favor. A very exciting game. The last game we had a ton of rounds that were just going way in center's favor due to financial superiority, and this round have been really close despite having to budget. UNA is holding their own a lot. Pierogi trying to hit a little bit of a thing here, and does hit it. Nice. It's always neat to see little lineups from different characters' perspectives that I don't play necessarily. A little bit of a mixed presence, throwing Astra on B and everybody else on A, maybe a few to peek mid. I wouldn't peek mid too much, knowing that Whisper has that operator. Nobody moving. Nobody wants to make any sort of move that's going to make them get taken out. They know that there are some big guns on center side, and they cannot be aggressive here. Astra looking to maybe show presence on B.
Blocking vision. Need that back.
Everybody moving incredibly slowly. UNA knows that they have to move slowly here and is going to push into A. And Whisper's going to take out that flanking Astra. You can't slip that past Whisper. Nobody realized that they were on A site, taking out Blimey there. Everybody rotating back over to A. There's only 3 on site.
Spike planted.
Whisper making sure that nobody's coming up. Ixora looking to fight this Yoru here. Goes at the flash. Doesn't hit it. I know Ixora really wanted that Yoru to peek there. Just has a classic, but a right click could be devastating. And is going to get the headshot and dismiss out of there. Throws the eye out. There's nobody on site. It's just KO in main. Oh, the fade is under. I didn't realize. Ooh. I know that looked incredibly tasty for Whisper there, being able to see him through the smoke. Unfortunately, Whisper could not see that, so. Moving into round 7, we've got a handful of ults that can be played here. Astra Wall and Killjoy Shutdown here. Money is no problem. Money is absolutely no issue here, and they're going to be able to move forward and not have to worry about maybe losing a round or 2 before having to save. Astra ult and Shutdown. Shutdown, I think, could be really nice for just stalling out. Maybe if they play really slow like that again, Shutdown could just be a forced rotate or a forced push. Astra Wall is going to have to be used a little bit more carefully, though, by Snom.
Concealment.
Sees a little bit and is going to throw up that utility. Ooh, getting seen through the smoke a little bit there. Incredibly scary. Gets flashed and can't see anything as they all run in. Does get the pull-off, though. It's the pull-off that leads to a handful of picks. Ixora getting a little bit nervous and backing up there. Ixora moving up into heaven with Blimey. Knows that that's clone. Knows not to shoot clone, but also knows to keep an eye on it. There are a few people that are willing to pretend to be clone. That Shutdown it's here. And it's threatening. That means that bomb is free and they're going to be able to plant bomb, or they're going to be able to defuse bomb, rather. There's absolutely nothing that Astra can do. Can do a handful of pulls to stall, but really, the very unfortunate turnaround by Ixora is going to lead to his death. That is going to make it 7-0 in Center's favor on map 2. Center could shut this down in this map, or we could go on to map 3. As we saw before, long streaks, as we saw before and as we see now, long streaks are not uncommon. If we see an 8-4 here, that could be a really close game because Ascent is just so defender-sided. Whisper picking up that op again, picking up Old Faithful. Knows that he's quick with it and can maybe find something. Sees Fade throw out utility there. Ooh, doesn't quite find it, but I bet Fade is quite nervous to peek that a second time. Will she be so lucky? Again, throwing out the flash. Blimey knows that they're there. Whisper sees that they're coming in mid and is going to show a little bit of presence with this op shot. Ooh, the teleport. Oh, being able to push back. Ixora's going to find one, but Yora's going to find Whisper. Has to turn around. Ixora full health. Oh, really unfortunate. That was a headshot on the clone, but unfortunately it was clone, so it flashed Ixora. Bomb is down in mid. Fade is going to have to rotate all the way around, almost to pizza, and then pick up bomb and make her way to a site. That is a lot. That is a lot to ask of a single player versus three. Three with rifles.
Face your fear.
There's the Fade ult coming out. Misses Blimey. Blimey not exactly sure where they are. So I'm having to run away, try and recover some of that health. Pierogi sees where they are, where they're getting shot from. Gonna jump peek with the knife, seeing if maybe a visual can be gained. Snam is gonna rotate a little bit, but Fade is gonna get closer and closer to that bomb.
10 seconds left.
Pierogi willing to contest that. Oh, very nerve-wracking trade of bullets there, and Pierogi is gonna get that headshot to close out round 8. These ultimates, I think that Snam is probably waiting for Ixora to have a really nice time to ult. I think that Reyna and Astra ult are a fantastic combination that can be devastating to a team. I'm sure that they're looking to do something pretty big with those. UNA is going to have the Resurrect from Sage and is going to have the Wall from Astra. They could probably use that to put themselves back in a fight that they're losing and maybe even secure a fight. Sort of looking to throw out that eye. Knows that they like to peek as a group a lot. Sort of wants that second ace. They aren't making any presence though. They're going to show that, hey, we're around. We're here, but that's all just a trick. Ooh, Whisper so close to seeing someone, but he's having to blind fire through that smoke. It's going to get suppressed there. He's going to peek B, but knows that they could be anywhere. Needs to look up and market. Snam's going to find one. Presence shown in market. Whisper has to sit in logs. Not much that he can really do is maneuvering there. Snam's picking up that smoke. He's going to see Sage. Headshot the Sage. Ixora is going to finish her. And then Snam is going to find a second before getting traded. And Ixora is going to take out the KO. It all happened so fast, and I simply cannot talk that fast. I feel like I was narrating that 30 seconds after the fight was over. Center is going to still have those two ults, while UNA is going to pick up Yoru ult. Yoru ult's one of those ults that I think personally isn't super influential, but hey, if it gets them a win here, it could be what they need to get back in the game. Blimey looking to catch some presence with that bird.
Concealment.
Ooh, Whisper with the operator. Oh, Yoru's body blocked by the operator. Couldn't quite see him. Ixora looking to flank. Moving a little bit fast, but they don't know where he is. Gets one. Gets two. Oh, the unfortunate spray is going to be able to back up, though, because of the nature of the character, and is going to get the third, while Blimey takes out that Yoru. That was quite a nice play. Really unfortunate the way Whisper died, but Ixora was able to make up for it and say that no, like we're not gonna risk this round. That is gonna make it to where UNA has almost all of their ults except for Fade ult. Fade did ult previously whenever it was a 1v3. And so that might not come up for a little bit. But Whisper is buying Operator now and has his ultimate, which could turn into an Operator. Ixora almost having that ult. I'm sure that Ixora is looking for something big. Oh, unfortunate. With just the little bit of quicker shooting that KO gets, is going to take out 2. Whisper looking for something, but they've already moved on to site. Whisper's a little bit slow. Blimey going to get just blindsided by the Yoru, but Whisper going to take that Yoru out. It is down to Whisper and Snom. Snom flanking, Whisper having to go through market. Snom peeks and gets one. Whisper picking up that rifle, knowing that pushing site with an Operator is not the best plan. Snom's going to get another one. Has moved it down to a 2v1. This is in Center's favor. And is looking for that ultimate. Throws up the wall. Has absolutely severed the Fade from the rest of the site. Fade has no idea what's going on the rest of the site. Does not know if anything is being diffused. Sees the ping. Knows that they can't peek. Knows that they can't peek. They peek out. It doesn't matter. It's already diffused. And then gets the 4K anyway. That was fantastic wall there by Snom. I think that the flank, while the flank was not unexpected, it still worked out. Took out the people that were looking at her, and then ulted the person that was on site that could have made a difference. That was that was something that that I don't think Center needed. I was gonna say Center needed it, but something that was definitely impressive, to say the least.
To maintain that streak, yeah, and it really was Snom making that happen. Unfortunately, we must talk about the tragic part of that round. That was Pierogi's first death. 11-round game.
Oh, very unfortunate. Pierogi couldn't flawless this entire game. Ooh, but Snom sitting in an absolutely terrifying position, sees the Yoru, gets the Yoru before he can teleport, takes out the Fade, is looking for another one, Oh, is gonna get the Astra.
Could get a 6K here.
Could get a 6K.
That red.
Throwing out the utility, making sure that Snom cannot get out of wine. Snom needs to peek this. The flash goes out, has to blind fire, gets another one. Oh, unfortunate. Could have gotten the 5K, maybe even the 6, but could not. Pulls out the 4K, takes out the Sage Resurrection, which could be a massive player here. It is a 3v2. This is a game that is winnable for UNA, despite a 4K from Snom, which is quite astounding. Looks like they've decided to rotate. They do have bomb, so they have the ability to do that. So we're watching angles while rotating. UNA deciding to fake rotate and walk back to A. But that Operator's waiting. You're knocking on the door, and there's just nothing that you can do because Whisper is not going to let you in. He's waiting for another one. Ooh, there's simply not enough time. Simply not enough time, and Ixora is going to get a little bit greedy here and get the last one. Absolutely unnecessary kill that still, you can just tell Ixora's like, oh, I can get one more. I can get one more out of this round. We move on to the second half.
Just trying to play catch up against Snom, you know. I'm always fighting for top right.
Trying to make up as much of ground as he can. This is halftime. We move back to pistols and we've switched sides. So Center is going to be attacking this time. Center only has to win one round to win the entire thing. And not just the map, but the entire series. And then UNA is going to have to win 12 in a row just to hit overtime. Pistol round is such a up-in-the-air battle that tends to go in attacker's favor. So this could be a one round by this fight. By the end of this round. Ooh, just getting a bit of presence detected. That utility showing that they're making presence on B, but they do have presence on A. A rotate could be pretty big. Just throwing everybody everywhere. Whisper gonna try and hold mid. Knows that Whisper has the advantage whenever it comes to distance. Showing presence everywhere. Mid B, mid A, in A. And there's a pick for Center. Oh, and there's 2, and Ixora's going to get out unscathed and is going to actually heal off of that. Pierogi's going to get the flanking Sage. And that leaves it to a 5v2.
One enemy remaining.
Snom's going to get one. And a beautiful headshot from Xora is going to secure that flawless, is going to secure the round, secure the map, and secure the series. That was Center v UNA Gold, University of North Alabama. An absolutely fantastic series played by both of them. A lot of really close rounds, a lot of really good plays. And really, congratulations. Congratulations to Center's Valorant team. Taking a little bit to load back into the lobby to get that scorecard.
Well, if it doesn't show it, folks, thanks so much for watching. We've got just a little bit more this week ahead of us. League of Legends will be playing a match that's been rescheduled from last week on Tuesday, so that's tomorrow. And then on Wednesday, we'll have 2 more matches for Overwatch Gold in the UK qualifier. That will be it for the week as we are off for spring break. Not spring break, fall break. I know what season it is. Y'all take care. Thanks so much for watching.